Hey everybody, it's Tim Santoro, Tactical Security Solutions. Welcome to another episode here, another video. So today we are going to talk about a particular self-defense product. There are certain products I like to promote and talk up that I think are really good for personal self-defense. Today we're going to talk about one that I do not recommend, and we're going to critique it a little bit. I'm not big on putting people down or slamming people or saying this is lousy, don't buy this guy's stuff. Big thing is with guns, this gun is better than this gun is better than that. I don't get into all that, but here we are going to talk about this because it's a product that I feel it's very popular and it's marketed towards a certain demographic, but I also feel it's a product that is kind of dangerous and not really practical, and that is what is known as self-defense keychains. They are largely marketed towards women. The first strike they have against them is they're largely marketed on social media channels by these internet influence people and stuff like that who they're not versed in self-defense, not versed in how to use all these products. And the main thing is, okay, you get a lot of stuff and it probably looks cute and looks pretty, but that's not the point of self-defense. Self-defense is getting yourself out of a situation in a favorable outcome, right? So let's look at the self-defense keychain real quick. We'll show a picture of it and discuss what's in there real quick. So as you can see, you've got all these different tools on it. You got your OC, you've got a personal alarm, you got a little Kubotan, a little like knuckle finger striking tool, the little key with the knife blade in it is kind of neat. There's a whistle on there and some other stuff. There's even holders for sanitizer and lipstick, and my favorite is the poofy ball. That's the best one on there. Here's my issue with this though. It's too cumbersome and there's too much stuff on it to be able to use properly and to get to what you need. When you're in a situation to where you're being attacked or something like that, you don't have time to fiddle through all this junk and crap that you have on your keychain to try to get the right tool and try to decide what the right tool that you're going to use is, and then to be able to hold it correctly and be able to deploy it correctly. Self-defense is not as simple as, oh, I have this in my hand and I'm okay. I always say people get a gun and automatically they think they're Rambo. I got my gun, nothing can touch me. No, you gotta know how to use your gun, you gotta know how to deploy your gun. It's the same thing with all this stuff that's on the self-defense keychain. So here's the issue. There are certain ways that you've got to hold these things, right? So one of the things on there is a Kubotan. This is not a Kubotan, but it's a tactical pen. It's the same principle as a Kubotan. It's a long metal striking instrument with a pointy end like that, right? The way you want to hold a Kubotan or a tactical pen is in a closed fist with your thumb over the end of it, right? Why do you put your thumb on the end of it? Because if you don't have your thumb here and I'm striking something, this thing's going to go right through my hand and it could fly out of my hand. This is securing it. So I can come in and strike down, do clearance strikes, things like that. If I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 other things on there, I'm fiddling around with this. I don't have time to do that, nor do I need to do that. It's compromising my ability to use this weapon, and it's compromising my safety, right? The bad guy already has a technical advantage on me because he knows what he's doing. He knows he's coming after me, all right? So the other thing is you got OC on there, right? This is a Saber OC. OC, very simple to deploy. Again, hold it in a closed fist, take the safety off or lift the cap depending on the type of model you have, point it at the bad guy, pull the thing down, and swipe right across the eyes, okay? There, boom, 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 you've all been sprayed, all right? Here's the thing about that though. Once again, if I'm fiddling around with this, I gotta sit there and I gotta adjust myself to get it in the right spot, make sure I take the safety off, make sure I aim it the correct way. How do I know with all this other crap on there, I'm not holding it the wrong way and end up spraying myself in the face, okay? These are all important considerations. I'll say it 100 times. There's too much crap on this thing for it to be effective. It's too cumbersome. It's too involved. It's too busy. What happens when you want to use your Kubotan or your Tase or something, and it gets tied up with the poofy ball on there? Anybody who's ever had, multiple things on their keychain. All I have on my keychain for my car is I have the key fob to get into my car. I have 2 house keys on there. I have a handcuff key. And even sometimes those get intertwined with each other. You got to move them around a little bit, maneuver them to even get the key in the lock to the front door or something like that. I don't want to have time to do that when I'm sitting there being attacked in the Walmart parking lot. Okay, let's go to the Target parking lot because Walmart gets enough crap thrown on them. So you're in the Target parking lot, somebody's attacking you, and now you're gonna whip out your leopard print or your sparkly, self-defense keychain with 20 different gadgets on it, including your lipstick and the poofy ball. I love the poofy ball. Then you got to fiddle through all this stuff and figure out what you do. In the time it takes you to do all that, the bad guy already knocked you upside the head, and he stole all your valuables, and God forbid he didn't shoot you or stab you or do something worse to you. So when it comes to the self-defense keychain, it's sold, a lot on different websites, and like I said, marketed on social media channels. That should be your first thing. I sit here and I do videos on safety and security, but I'm also a certified law enforcement officer with experience in law enforcement and security. I'm not telling you how to bake a cake because I don't know the first thing about baking or anything like that. I could tell you how to bake a cake, I could tell you about a cake, but I'm not versed in that. So just me coming on here telling you how to bake a cake, it's not going to come out to be a good cake because I don't have the practical know-how and the experience and the stuff like that. So when it comes to stuff like this, avoid it. It may look cute, it may look pretty, but it's not practical. Okay, it's not practical, it's not efficient. When you're protecting yourself when it comes to situation awareness and safety, your main thing that you want is efficiency. Not looking pretty, not looking cute, not coming out with the sparkly leopard print thing that's going to fight off the bad guy. So I've kept talking about it. The only thing I think is practical on here is the poofy ball. If you want, go buy yourself a poofy ball. Otherwise, avoid this thing. The other problem that I have with it is, besides it having too much stuff on it, I don't know where this stuff is coming from. I don't know the quality of it. My tactical pen is aircraft grade aluminum, and it's manufactured by Smith & Wesson. I don't know if you can see the Smith & Wesson on there. Smith & Wesson, who's been making weapons and knives and guns and self-defense tools since the 1800s. These people know what they're doing. They make a good product. I know where this comes from. I know the quality of it, and the Smith & Wesson name on it is vetting it and standing behind it. Pepper spray. Saber. I'm a big fan of Saber OC pepper spray, right? The thing is, Saber has a lot of checks and balances when they manufacture their OC. It's a certain quality every single time. This can, you don't drop it, this can or 10 other cans with it that are on the shelf next to it are all going to be the same potency and the same everything in there. You're going to get the same thing every time. A lot of this stuff comes from overseas, China, stuff like that. Not for nothing, I don't want my OC coming from some unknown factory in China because I don't know how much of this is the capsaicin or how much of it is just water that's in there. I don't know the quality of it. I don't know if it's going to spray. I don't know if the propellant is active in it. I know this because Saber is a top name in the industry. Law enforcement use it. Security firms use it. They're one of the top names in the industry for a reason. This with some unknown name with a leopard print on it coming from some unknown factory in China, I don't know what the quality of it is. I'm not trusting my life to that. I'm not trusting the safety of my wife, my kids, or anybody else to that. So if you want self-defense, there's lots of great products out there. Learn how to use them, learn how to deploy them, learn how to carry them. Avoid the self-defense keychain, okay? Christmas is coming up. If you're going to buy for some, avoid the self-defense keychain. No disrespect to the people who make them, but it's not practical, and I think I've given you enough reasons why it's not practical, okay? Like I've said, self-defense does not need to be pretty. Self-defense should not be pretty. Self-defense should be raw, it should be quick, it should be violent, and it should be over. It shouldn't be pretty and sparkly with leopard print and glitter and diamonds and stuff like that, okay? So, go out. Buy yourself a Saber pepper spray. Buy yourself a tactical pen. Go ahead. Buy yourself a personal alarm. Just holding these three things in my hand right now is a lot of stuff in my hand. I can only imagine adding 5 other things to this, including chapstick and all this other stuff. Buy all these and go buy yourself a poofy ball at that. But use them individually. Know how to use them. Know how to deploy them. Avoid the self-defense keychain, okay? Self-defense should not be pretty, despite what anybody tells you, all right? So, like I said, Christmas time is coming up. Here's a product to avoid buying for somebody else. But until next time, stay ready, stay safe. Thank you for everybody for watching this. Please go ahead and share this with other people just to try to get the word out there, just so we can keep people safer. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, critiques, anything like that, or want to know where to get good quality self-defense tools that don't come with 100 different accessories on it, go ahead, shoot me an email. Email addresses right there. You can go ahead and email me, contact me. I'll get back to you on that with my personal recommendations on stuff like that. Share this video with people. Go ahead, subscribe. We'll have more content coming. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.